George, nice to see you.
Nice to see you as well.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you feeling?
Yeah, great. I mean, we are here in Amsterdam at the Bitcoin conference, and it's busy. It's really busy.
Almost 5,000 people here.
Yeah, well, last year it wasn't like that, so I'm really glad. So exciting. Tell me, you were just on the stage talking about Bitcoin for corporation, and Bitcoin started as mainly a tool for individuals to be free, to be empowered, to have ownership of their own money. But now, corporations are getting involved, and that's what we see with MicroStrategy. And also, I know that Bitcoin Magazine is working for different initiatives to actually onboard more corporations into the space. So, why is that? What is the benefit for corporations to adopt Bitcoin?
Yeah, great question. I mean, I think what we're seeing with MicroStrategy is obviously enormous success. Their stock price has been appreciating ever since they adopted Bitcoin 4 years ago. Bitcoin obviously is appreciated. Now you're starting to see other companies follow in their footsteps and see similar success. And so kind of the growth of this has been a really interesting thing for us to pay attention to. Now we're hearing from other companies who are like, hey, we want to do the sailor playbook. Like, can you help us? Can you walk us through the nuances? How do I deal with accounting? How do I deal with regulations? And so there's this whole ecosystem now that's regular old companies. Maybe they're struggling in their old business model, right? Like, you have to remember, MicroStrategy creates enterprise software. And they were basically like almost dead until Michael Saylor discovered Bitcoin and turned everything around. So how many other companies out there are like that, where Bitcoin can actually be a solution for a dying or failing business, or even a business that's thriving can also adopt Bitcoin, obviously. But yeah, it's just a really interesting time because we're just now starting to see the momentum pick up with this.
Yeah, well, MetaPlanet is another company that is adopting that. But I mean, obviously, MicroStrategy has kind of adopted, was the first company that adopted Bitcoin, and that has been great PR for them because they found really like a message, a unique message to communicate to their shareholder. But I think also Bitcoin become like a very interesting asset to diversify your treasury as well, because especially if you are a listed company, you are kind of trying to build value for shareholder, and how do you do it is always like a question mark.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you think about like even the stock market, it's like this sophisticated casino in a lot of ways, where it's just like, what are you buying? Like, I mean, look at GameStop, look at some of these like meme type stocks. The original intent was you're buying because the company is valuable, or the company is doing well, or you believe in the company. And that's kind of not even the case anymore, right? Like now it's like companies buy back their own shares, and it's become kind of this weird manipulated system. But what if a company has Bitcoin on their balance sheet? Now I'm like, okay, I'm interested. I know that company's going to have value. Their strategy is to buy and hold Bitcoin and keep buying Bitcoin. So I think even that just fundamentally changes the dynamics of just like the free markets.
Yeah, 100%. So Bitcoin Magazine has grown a lot. I mean, since you started, you just had a conference, and now there are multiple conferences around the world. You are now well established in Europe and now going to the UAE. So tell me this strategic move to that part of the world.
Yeah, so I mean, the conference now is we're doing 4 events a year, and we did Hong Kong earlier this year, Nashville, Amsterdam, and then Abu Dhabi in December. And really, we're going where people want us to go. We're really like, well, I shouldn't say like that. There's a lot of different places that want us to go there, but where there's people and resources who are interested in learning more about Bitcoin. So Abu Dhabi, great relationship with our team on the ground there. And so, I mean, I'm excited just because like we really don't know what to expect. There's a lot even leading up to it. We got the U.S. election in November. That's definitely going to have an impact on things. So going into Abu Dhabi, it's like it's wide open. They're very curious. They're trying to figure out sort of how do we approach this. And it's one of those things where if the sovereign wealth fund decides that we're going to start allocating a small little percentage towards Bitcoin, like that could just be a massive game changer for the entire ecosystem. So, we'll see what happens, but it should be fun.
Do you think that that part of the world, because it comes across like sometimes they are more conservative, they're very old-fashioned to get into kind of like new things. So why they are looking at Bitcoin?
Yeah, great question. So, I mean, I think historically they've been very traditional, right? They've been conservative. I think what you're seeing now is a new generation of leadership that's starting to ask more questions. You have a lot younger generation of leaders who have a little bit more influence, who are curious, and they're just kind of seeing where the ball is going. They don't want to be left behind. I mean, Dubai is known for its innovation, like this world-class cities and structures that they're building. And so this actually doesn't surprise me that they're looking into Bitcoin, because that's kind of the trend that we've seen in the region over the recent years. So, yeah, I mean, it's hard to not be curious by Bitcoin at this stage, right? If you have access to capital and you're looking around, you're paying attention, again, MicroStrategy, El Salvador, like these companies in these countries that are already going and seeing success, it's like, you're naturally going to ask, like, okay, maybe I should, figure out what this is all about. So I very much think that it's a kind of a wait and see. They're going to experience the community firsthand. They're going to see how much excitement and momentum there is, and they're going to learn from some of the best speakers in the world about Bitcoin, and we'll see what they decide to do.
Yeah, it's super interesting to see that also institutions are coming to the space, because definitely individuals are. I was just on a train from London to Amsterdam, and I met 3 people. They basically are, investors and in a completely different market. And they specifically came here to learn more about Bitcoin. Nice. So definitely the conference works.
Yeah,
that's the place where a lot of people are coming to get educated. Thank you for everything that you are doing, and thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you.